Hi, I'm Brett Parker, Multimedia Specialist with Snack Food and Wholesale Bakery. And today we're highlighting Ona Cookies, cookies made with ingredients straight from nature, which means no refined sugar, no artificial sweetener, no processed additives, no grains, gluten, or dairy. And here to discuss this with us is Denise Minger, Vice President of Consciousness of True Primal. Denise, thank you so much for joining us today.
Super excited to be here. Thanks for inviting me on.
Can you describe the initial inspiration behind Ona Cookies?
Absolutely. So Ona Cookies were actually started in 2013 by Ona, which we merged with in 2022. And so the original goal was to create a product that was made with just natural ingredients. It was paleo friendly and sweetened with honey instead of refined sugar. And so they were created and they were initially sold in these little like 2 cookie pouches. And they had a lot of fans, but they didn't do great in brick and mortar just because of where they're being stocked inside of stores. So they eventually went out of business, and we decided they needed to come back to life and be given a second chance. So we merged with them, and we've been working to refine the recipe and make the ingredients even better, bring them back, and get them back to the people.
Now, Ona Cookies has such a health conscious mission. It makes me wonder about cookies on the market that don't have the most natural ingredients. Do you feel such cookies do damage to consumers' health in a way that they may not be fully aware of?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's kind of our whole mission is to provide products that are made with ingredients that the human body is already familiar with, and that we're not going to find out 10 years from now are causing cancer, because they've actually had an established history of nourishing the human body. And the products that are out there right now they're kind of subject to whatever the current nutrition trend fads are. Right now, obviously people are trying to watch carbohydrates and macronutrients, avoid anything that says sugar on it, which also implicates honey because it is a natural sugar. So there's a lot of people avoiding natural sweeteners now just so that they can get like a certain carbohydrate count in their diet. And we're not big fans of that approach. We prefer to just create products that are made with natural ingredients and let the nutrient density kind of speak to the body and create a good relationship with the food instead of having to micromanage everything we're eating because of some mental idea about what's good for us.
What are the biggest challenges of creating a healthy snack product without sacrificing the taste?
So that's kind of our ultimate goal is to utilize the kind of the power of natural flavors, not in the sense of like natural flavors that you see on, food labels, which are actually not really natural at all. They could be anything. But we like to spend our time seeking out the best ingredients possible. And for like the cookies, for example, we searched far and wide to find Ceylon cinnamon, which is a kind of a rare form of cinnamon that has a more delicate, mild, sweeter flavor. And if you look at most of the food products on the market, they use something called cassia cinnamon, which has kind of a harsher flavor. It's much cheaper and easier to obtain. So, there's a lot of products that use it. But we found that by just, paying attention to each ingredient, so we don't even use a lot of ingredients. If you're able to maximize the quality of each ingredient, then the product that you end up with is really delicious. And it has kind of a depth of flavor that you can't really mimic with artificial ingredients. And so we leverage nature basically to do the hard work.
When Ona Cookies merged with True Primal, did this partnership teach you anything new about the art of snack creation?
Great question. I would say so because initially our company started off selling just soups and chili. So we weren't even in the snack arena when we first were established. And the process of creating cookies in particular, there's a lot of taste testing that goes into them. There's a ton of, I guess, physics, you could say, like food physics in terms of how to create a cookie that actually stays together and keeps its shape and still tastes good. It has the right flavor proportions. And so the experimentation phase and the process of kind of revamping the original recipes and making them as good as possible, we definitely learned a lot, and I think we're still learning too.
If there was a snack company that wanted to create a healthier cookie product, what do you feel are the most important principles that they would need to exemplify?
I would say integrity would be the first one because it's very easy, for example, to take a product, use a bunch of good ingredients, and then kind of cut corners with a few others, preservatives and different additives to mess with the texture and the flavor. And once you do that, you're really diluting the quality of the product. And for our company in particular, we're obsessive about quality. And that's why it can take us a while to finalize the perfection of a product. We have a smaller selection of products right now because each one has taken so much care and consideration to create. And so if another company, anybody is trying to do something and create a natural food product, pay attention to every ingredient. If you're tempted to cut corners, just know that that is creating a debt in the future, either in terms of the effect on that consumer, health effects. You are borrowing from something by taking those shortcuts.
Great. Well, that's all the time that we have for today. Denise Minger of True Primal, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you.
And thank you all for watching.